What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the upcoming patch on February 22nd for the Hunter Call of the Wild. There's a whole bunch of big changes, improvements, fixes, huge list of patch notes coming. This is a big change, as well as the DLC for the new weapon pack that's coming at the same time. But today I want to focus on, if you want to see the full patch notes, I will leave a link to the description. I made a video on all the full patch notes and also talking about the new DLC, the new weapon pack. I'll leave the link to that below. We got wildebeest. We got wildebeest near me. I can hear them very close by. But basically what I want to focus on today, I want to focus on one of the fixes, changes, improvements that is coming with this patch, and that is the performance improvements for the 4 maps. For Vurhonga Savanna, we got Rancho del Arroyo, Cuatro Colinas, and Mississippi Acres. We're getting some big changes, complete overhauls to those 4 maps. We're going to talk about each 4 of them. I'm going to make a video on each one. We got wildebeest real close by. I was not expecting this. Yeah, but today we're going to talk about Vurhonga Savanna in particular, some of the changes that I'm expecting that are going to be coming on Vurhonga Savanna with this change. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Alright, so looking at the full patch notes, the full preliminary patch notes here that they have released, what it says for this in the performance improvements is full rework of the animal home ranges, populations, and schedules on these 4 maps. So home ranges, populations, and schedules. So we'll bring up my map here, and I want to touch on a few things that I'm expecting that are going to change with this. Things that I'm expecting might change, things that I'm hoping will change. And one thing that I am really hoping that we are going to see with this rework is that we're going to see animals in different spots on the map, different lakes while drinking, you know, different animals along the coast. I'm hoping that, and I think that's what they mean by home ranges, you know, where these animals kind of reside around the map. I would love to see, for instance, I would love to see Cape buffalo at more of the lakes. There's a lot of Cape buffalo that drink along the coast, along the outside perimeter of the map, and they only really drink at a couple lakes. So hopefully maybe we're going to see Cape buffalo at more of the lakes, more spread out, more inland on the map when they are drinking, to make it a more viable hunt while they're drinking. A lot of people, I think, hunt the Cape buffalo while they're feeding or resting. Sometimes that is the more viable way to do it. We still got those wildebeest out there, so that's going to be a thing throughout the recording, and it's just the way it is. Let's go see what we're dealing with. There's a gold one. There's another gold one, both small, just tons of them. And there's a lion out there. Need to kill the noise. Oh, the lion's chasing the wildebeest. Oh, that's actually awesome. Can you imagine if a 5 popped up there? 35 to 40. Wait a second. Gosh, okay. I didn't plan this. Well, anyways, there it is there. 35 to 40. It doesn't have the weight estimate. Back to what I was saying. You know what? Okay, let's go to a different spot here. Yeah, so animals hanging out at different spots of the map. Maybe we'll see lions make their way over to the left side of the map a little bit more, right? Maybe we'll see lions on the coast. So home ranges, that's a big one. That's a really big one. Maybe we're going to see more springbok on the coast, springbok at different lakes. Maybe we're going to see less gemsbok in general. The gemsbok are kind of everywhere. Maybe we're not going to see most of the gemsbok being down at this lake all the time, these 2 lakes. Maybe they're going to be more spread out. So maybe, you know, instead of seeing 100 gemsbok here, maybe they'll be a little bit more spread out and people won't just go to the, you know, the one lake. So this is really going to, I think it's going to streamline things as far as the animals' home ranges go. And it's going to be cool. It's going to be interesting to see that, like, how, you know, the hotspots change and how people, you know, are going to hunt them differently. And just being able to get into Vurhonga Savanna and kind of hunt it without really knowing what to expect is going to be a lot of fun. And I'm really looking forward to that. I'd like to see the scrub hare more spread out. I'd like to see them less often in tall grass. I find that when I do see the scrub hare, I see a big group of them, and they're usually really far away and I can't spot them. And they're in tall enough grass, though, that I can't get close enough to spot them without them disappearing into the tall grass. So I'd like to see that change. I'd like to see the scrub hare more spread out, not always in big, huge groups. Another thing that we can expect with this is that animals' schedules are going to change. So for instance, wildebeest and kudu both drink at night. That could change. We might be hunting kudu and wildebeest in the morning or in the afternoon. They might have a day drink time. Lions might drink at night. We have no idea. But the schedules are, some of the schedules, if not all of them, are going to change. So that's really, really interesting. Gemsbach might drink in the late afternoon. Springbok might drink in the morning, right? So I'm kind of hoping that the length of the drink times on Vurhonga stay the same. The length of the drink times are really good, 3-4 hours in game. Hopefully that won't change. Hopefully they won't shorten or anything like that. That is one of the things on Vurhonga I hope doesn't change, is the length of time that they stay at their zones. Another thing, and I'm hoping that we see this on all 4 of the maps that are getting this done, is that we're going to see more of a mix, a randomization of the females and the males, rather than seeing female-only lakes, you know, spots of the map where there's only females and spots of the map where there's only males. I'm hoping that we do get a mix of that. Hopefully, maybe we're going to see lions acting a little bit differently. Maybe we're going to see more packs of them, like a male and a couple females together, or a couple males and a couple females, rather than seeing them kind of all like solo spread out like by themselves around the map. Hopefully we're going to be able to go to lakes and not know whether or not we're going to see all males or all females, or right, a little bit less predictable, more randomization. That's what I'm hoping. That's a big part of this that I'm hoping that we're going to see with this update on these maps. That would be just huge. You know, with all this changing, we're going to see new need zone locations. I'm thinking the need zones might move around at the specific lakes or in the areas where the animals are. So, you know, less predictable where those need zones are going to show up. For instance, at the Twin Lakes, if you go to the Twin Lakes right now, you kind of know where these zones are going to be, right? So hopefully that's going to be more randomized. Another thing is, with the changing of the home ranges, I'm wondering if that means that their home ranges are going to expand maybe. So that, you know, let's say there's a lion that drinks at this lake. That lion is probably going to have a feed zone somewhere in this area, and it's probably going to have a rest zone somewhere in this area too. And that's kind of how it works right now with the animals, is that the animals kind of stick in kind of one spot of the map. I'm wondering if this is going to change it so that animals can maybe roam further and a little bit more random. Maybe if maybe if a lion drinks here, it has the chance that it might change need zones maybe and go to a lake nearby. Maybe its feed zone is way up here and it actually travels further back to its drink zone, and maybe it's got a rest zone, you know, over here somewhere. That would be really cool. So it'll be interesting to see if that changes as well. Maybe the animals will be roaming further, a little bit more random, rather than only being in one like small secluded part of the map. So that'll be interesting to see as well. Another thing that I'm hoping we're going to see with this is a change in animal behavior, showing up to their drink zones, to their feed zones, to all their need zones kind of on time, leaving on time, or maybe it's going to be more unpredictable. Maybe some of the animals will come in at one time, and maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes later in game, the other animals will show up. So maybe not all the animals are going to show up to the zone at the same time. Maybe they're going to be coming in from different areas of the map and showing up at different times, a little bit less predictable. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for more randomization, less predictability with the animals. I think that would be more realistic. That would be more attuned to how animals behave in the wild in real life. And it would be really, really cool to see that implemented in the game with this update. And another thing with Vurhonga is, like, you know, we've got weird drink zones. We've got, you know, the weird lion and Cape Buffalo drink zones, kind of in the middle of nowhere where there's no water around. There's Cape Buffalo drink zones up here too, if I can find them. I found a couple Cape Buffalo drink zones somewhere in this area, nowhere near water, like completely just on land drinking. I wonder if that will change and that will get fixed. I don't think that's something that's intended, but it would be interesting to see, like, are we gonna have lions on the coast? Maybe these lions that are drinking here will move to the coast, and that would make more sense. It'd be interesting to see that. It'll be interesting to see if this changes anything with fur variation rarities as well. Is that going to be something that's fixed? Is that something that needs to be fixed? Will the uncommons be uncommon again? Or are we getting away from animals being uncommon altogether? And because now it kind of seems like the uncommons, everything that was uncommon before Mississippi is now either rare or it's common. So we're kind of, it seems like maybe we're getting away from uncommons. Maybe we'll get some feedback on that from EW, just so we can get some insight on what exactly is going on with the uncommon fur variations in the game. Maybe that's going to change with this. It's going to be interesting to see what changes. I'm really, really excited for it. It's something that the game needs, something that a lot of the maps need. I hope we are going to see this with maps like Silver Ridge Peaks. Could really use it. I would love to see it on Medved so that we could see, you know, the lynx and the brown bear, the females and males being mixed up. I'm really hoping that that's something that's going to change, is, you know, less, you know, only finding females at certain spots of the map, only finding males at certain spots of the map. I hope it is more randomized and mixed and less predictable. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's pretty much everything I wanted to touch on. I've gone over my notes here, and that's pretty much everything. I'm really, really excited for this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a thumbs up on it and leave a like. If you got anything you want to add to it, anything you want to touch on as far as what we talked about, if you want to add anything, let me know down in the comments, and we can definitely start the conversation. I will be reading all the comments on this video for sure. Watch the full update video that goes over all of the updates that are coming, as well as talks about the new weapon pack DLC. The link for that is down in the description. Have a good day. Be safe. Take care. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next one.